All right, guys, so let's jump into actually making the buttons here. Now, it does get a little bit complicated just because this is YouTube. It's a great big site, and they have a lot of JavaScript running. So it seems like they have almost a minimalist version of jQuery, and we're not going to be using that just because some of the features of jQuery don't exist in it. So I'm not exactly sure if they forked it or what exactly is going on there, but that doesn't matter because we're not going to use it. We're going to use vanilla JavaScript. So what we need to do is we need to append a button right here. We need to give it the role of button and then a certain class name, and then we will trigger an on-click event to actually download the video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what we're going to do is in the YouTube DL, we're going to just add a download button right here. So let's go ahead and inspect this. We're going to need to append the button to the ID of watch 8 secondary actions. So I'm going to copy this right here. So let's go ahead and just get started. So for our container, this is going to be the container that we're working with. It's going to be document.get element by ID, and then that's the ID. Now we need to create a button. So we're going to say var btn equals document create element, and we're going to create an element of button, and then we're going to set the attribute. We're going to set the class name first. So btn.className is going to be, we need to copy the string of one of these to get the class. So sure, that one right there. Copy and paste. And then we're also going to give our own class name. We'll give our own ID to it actually. And then we need to set the properties. So btn.set attribute. We're going to set role equal to button. Now we're going to set the inner text. So btn.inner text. It's going to be download. And now we actually need to do the appending of this button to that container element. So container.append child, and we're going to append the button. So we're going to save this, we're going to reload this, and then reload this page, and we should get a download button right here. Now the share button actually results in that, but the download button doesn't do anything yet. And that's because we haven't told it to. So we need to now hook into when this is being clicked. So let's create a function that's just going to console log button clicked for now. So let's do it up here at the top. And we're just going to console log button download this video. And then window add event listener, and it's going to be clicked, actually button add event listener clicked, and it's going to perform download video. Save this, reload this, and then when I click it, we should get download video and it's not working. So let's add an ID to that button. Button.id equals download video. And let's do this instead. See if we can use jQuery for this. On, click, and then we're going to download video. Save, reload, reload. And that's not working either because $ is not defined. Is jQuery defined? Let me check that. All right. Save, reload. A bit of this is guesswork just because, again, YouTube is a really big site. Yeah, so we can't do that. So let's try again to add the event listener. Let's do it that way. Save it. We will get this at some point. There we go. So now, I think I typed clicked as the trigger before, but it's actually click. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is these video URLs, we're going to get, are we printing those out? All right. What we should do is actually create a drop-down menu here. Kind of in the way they're doing it, but a little different. So what I'm going to do is just create a new element as well, which is just going to be a drop-down. So var dropdown equals document create element, and we're going to create a div, and we're going to say dropdown dot ID is going to be video download drop down, and then container append child drop down. So I'm going to save this, I'm going to refresh, and here we're going to style the drop down. See, drop down right there. We're going to set position to absolute. Border is going to be 1 pixel solid. That width is going to be 300 pixels. And height is going to be 100 pixels. Background is also going to be white. And z-index is going to be 99999. Shadow is going to be 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 5 pixel, RGBA 000.2. All right. So this is going to be our drop down that's actually going to contain the video links, and I'm going to do two things. I'm going to set the width to 200, and then I'm going to set the margin left to 200 as well. A little more, 240. That looks about right. And then margin top is going to be 10 pixels. 8 pixels. There, right there. So this, we need to now create a style sheet and target that ID to style it. So in the source, go ahead and create a new style sheet called Swagify, or you can name it whatever you want. And then video download dropdown. We're going to target by ID. We're going to copy and paste that and save it. And then in our manifest here, in this rule right here, when it matches YouTube watch, we're also going to create a new key called CSS, and we're going to pass in source/swagify.css. Now I'm going to save this, going to reload the extension and make sure that it works. And I really hope it does. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hide it by default. So display none. And then when we click the download button, we're going to show it. So we're going to set display to block. So let's go ahead and create a class actually. And video download drop down with the class of shown. It's going to be display block. So I'm going to save it. And then when we click the download video button, we're going to say document.get our DL. It's going to be equal to document.get element by ID. And the ID is going to be video download drop down. And we're going to set dl.className equal to, or rather plus equal to, shown. So I'm going to save this now, reload this, and when we load it, the download dropdown is not shown, and when we click this, it shows it. We need a way to toggle it. So we need to be able to say if dl.className.indexOf shown is more than -1, which means it is shown, then we need to replace that with nothing. So dl.className equals dl.className.replace shown with nothing. Else, then we're actually going to add shown there. So save. We're going to reload this again, and we should have the ability to toggle that menu, and we do. That's exactly what we want. Now we need to actually start filling that drop down. So how we're going to do that is we're going to create a list of links. So down here, let's go ahead and say for I in video URLs. Again, this is going to loop through this object right here. So we're going to get that. And we have quality and URL for each, and that's exactly what we want. So for each one of these, actually we need to put a UL in that. So var drop list is going to be equal to document.create element UL, and then dropdown.append child drop list. There we go. And then in here, we're going to say var item equals document.create element, and it's going to be an li, or rather just an a. I mean, we can style this. I don't want it to get too complicated. And then item dot inner text is going to equal video URLs I URL, or rather quality. I'm going to save this. We actually haven't added that yet. So drop list.append child item. Save it, reload, and this is a lot of progressive work where we constantly check. So as you can see, it did it. And then so we're going to set the href attribute to the video URLs URL. So item.set attribute href is going to be equal to video URLs, the index that we're currently at, and then URL. Save it, and then reload this. Now what happens if I open a new tab, it finds that quality. So that's essentially, we're getting really close to this. So I'm going to end this video here. In the next video, I think we're just going to be styling, and we might do a bit more to actually complete it. But I think there's going to be about 2 videos left here.